I'm finally the victim of something. I seriously have been scammed, all right, guys? You may have seen the news if you watch Critical's channel. He makes videos approximately 30 seconds after the event happens and somehow has a reasonably well-researched video. It's insane. If you haven't seen his video and you're just seeing mine, you're like, well, how the f did you get scammed? Wait, you're an idiot. You're right, all right? I got scammed. When I realized I got scammed, I didn't realize how deep the rabbit hole of the scam went. How many people got scammed way worse than I did. A little backstory, all right? Twitch creators, online content creators come in all shapes and sizes, all right? Big and really short. Some of them are generous, all right? And some of them are just scumbags who will manipulate you into giving you the things that they want and are also very short. Sorry to make the short jokes, but the scumbag that I'm referring to is a Twitch streamer called Sliker. It's not Slicker, it's Sliker. He told me himself when I filmed a video with him in early 2021.
You know.
In the last 72 hours, I learned that someone who I respected and thought was a good content creator was not, and was just a manipulative piece of shit scumbag who stole and manipulated people into giving him $300,000. He stole $300,000. The reason I say stole, and it's proven that he's scammed, you can tell by his DMs and all of the different instances in which he gave money, promised to pay it back, and then did these little things where he'd send the PayPal back but then cancel it so it doesn't actually go into the account, which is something you can do with a point-to-point money transfer. My story with this is in 2020, I made a video reacting to a clip that he was in that I thought was really funny. I made fun of him a little bit, just, you know, lighthearted banter, whatever. Sliker should do a dildo unboxing live on stream and see what happens.
This guy, man. This guy.
He reacted to it, said I was a piece of shit, normie, asshole, whatever, because I'm a YouTuber and he's a Twitch streamer. I thought it was funny. And then he followed me on Twitter. We kind of talked a little bit. I invited him on a video, a meme video.
What the fuck? Do people find this funny?
When I saw this, I was like, that's funny. Right after we filmed that video, I thought he was a pretty cool dude. I thought I would be able to talk to him, maybe meet him in real life one day. And he felt the same way, or so I thought. He asked his friend, me, for a $500 loan that he would pay back promptly on his mama's life. And I gave him the money because I don't care. If someone needs money and they ask me for money, I'm under the assumption that people are good and they're not going to scam me, especially someone I just made a video with and spoke to and would consider myself friendly with. He didn't pay me back for months, then asked me for money again, $500 more. At this point, I had no money myself. I had less than the amount of money that he wanted in my bank account because I was investing in something very heavily and I have payroll, etc. And I just always operate very close to that line. I always operate 1 or 2 months from bankruptcy. It's not good, but it's how I operate, all right?
And you guys will see soon why I do that, okay? There's a huge project coming. I spent a lot of money on it.
Needless to say, once my next paycheck settled, I went ahead and gave him that money because it seemed like he needed it more than I did. Another $500, or another 500 pounds. So like 750 bucks. Basically 1,500 American dollars and 1,100 British pounds. Or Monopoly money, whatever. The queen, she's not even around anymore. What even is it? Is it worth anything? He said thank you again. He seemed very genuine. Fast forward, I asked him a few times, hey man, you gonna pay me back ever? At that point, I was like, all right, he's never gonna pay me back. Obviously, he's got money problems. I don't trust this guy. I even had friends ask me during this time, hey, do you know this guy? Like, he just asked me for money. And I told him,
do not
lend him money.
Okay.
He has not paid me back yet, and it's been almost a year. And then early in 2022, he asked for money again. He showed like a credit collection thing, some British thing that showed that he was in debt. And I was like, all right, well, you're obviously making very poor decisions with money. You're not just impoverished or whatever. You're not in need. You were just dumb. So I did not give him any money that time. I said, no, I would prefer to be paid back before I give you any more money, hoping that I would never speak to him ever again. Because at that point, it's just like, all right, you're not a real human being. You're just trying to use me for stuff, which is sad. And lo and behold, over the last 72 hours, turns out I wasn't the only one. And turns out my hardships weren't that deep, all right? I really didn't even get scammed compared to everybody else. Holy shit. It's almost over $300,000 now, and I'm sure that number will continue to go up as more people realize that this is happening. But yeah, look at all these people. Slime, $1,000. Oompa, me, $1,000. Harris, 30K. Luke, AFK. Oh, bro, Luke. I love Luke, man. He got so many people. Trainwrecks, 100K. Dude, can I have some money? I won't pay you back either. Here's everybody that he took money from, though. Some people he paid back. Really, it doesn't matter, really, at the end of the day. The majority of them he did not. Most of the scams were from his own audience and close friends and moderators for his Twitch chat and people who actually cared about him. Why or how would you ever do that? Now, the reasoning that he claims, he went live the day this all broke. He went live and said that he has a terrible gambling addiction. Why didn't he just take a gambling sponsorship like every other fool on Twitch? You know, I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't like or it might be haram, honestly. I believe he's a Muslim. So it might be haram, but I think scamming people is also haram. So maybe that doesn't make any sense. I don't know. He literally manipulated relationships to get himself $300,000. In my opinion, maybe it's just because I've been scammed myself. I think his apology is bullshit and his excuses are bullshit. Yes, gambling is an addiction and addictions are bad and it's a disease, but it does not excuse you for fucking over dozens of people. Like, this is the worst possible thing a human being can do that isn't overtly illegal, like murder or something way worse. You can see where I'm going with this. One thing I do hope is that everyone gets their money back. I do not want my money back personally because I don't believe that I lost enough to justify this, but there's people who gave him $20,000, $30,000 who genuinely need it, okay? People who were nice people just trying to help a friend who got completely f***ed over and blindsided. And now that he's, you know, the jig is up, how is he going to scam more money to pay back his debts? He's not going to. He's an idiot. I say we start a class action lawsuit and sue him.
If Train wants to, if he wants to join forces with me on a 50-50 split, okay, I will refund half of everybody who has been scammed of any money. A singular dollar with proof. We'll go through all of them and we'll refund them. If she wants to go 50-50. How about that?
That's kind of cool. If him and Train do that, man. Also, a little side note, after I finished recording, XQC tweeted that him and Ludwig are going to try to pay everyone back and they're going to try to get the actual victims of this situation, get them squared away so they can pay their bills, etc. Kind of like a reverse sliker, if you will. Which, that's awesome. I hope that they can get that done. Ludwig W, XQC W. So how did he do this? You heard how he did it to me, right? He promised he would pay it back, whatever. For everybody else, he said his bank account got hacked, his PayPal was hacked and deleted, which is something that he told me. He said, I hate to ask, I'm too embarrassed. He's really good at making himself seem in need. The loans were just to pay immediate bills, things like that. Things that are important, that you genuinely care about for another person that you care about. His apology/excuse stream was pretty interesting. This is where he admitted that he had a gambling addiction. He broke down, he cried, as one does when they get caught being a bastard piece of shit.
I'm not a victim. I'm not a victim. Man, wallah, I never knew this thing was gonna come, bro.
I'm not exactly sure where I sit on this. I believe that, I genuinely don't have a lot of empathy for people. It's hard for me to muster that, especially people who are actual scammers who f***ed over people that I like. And it seems like this whole thing is fake, and it seems like he's never going to recover from this.
Wallah, I don't know what to say, boys. Wallah, I don't know what to say. It's time for the truth.
There's a part in the stream where his own VIPs in his chat are just roasting him, dude. Wonky cry. What's wonky cry? Is that an emote? The hell? Some Twitch shit. So it starts off with him breaking down, as one apology stream does. He says it's time for the truth. He cries a little bit. He hates drama, but he brought it on himself. Oh!
Wallah, I hate drama. Wallah, I hate, but I got this onto myself. So...
That's not really drama, man. You literally stole from people. That's a crime. It's actually a crime. It's fraud. It's crime. It's crime. It's crime. You should be in jail. In all honesty, you should be in jail. You should be tarred and feathered. Let's be real. And yeah, you stole money and then you also gambled it away. So you didn't even like spend it on cool shit. You literally lost it. You paid casinos. You made rich people rich. He does a little bit of self-deprecating, which you have to do to seem like a victim.
Crazy, man. To think that to ever become a streamer, well, I'd never deserve this. To the people that are watching, I would never be able to ask for forgiveness.
Yes, that is true. But this is also reverse psychology. It's like a backdoor in essentially asking for forgiveness. Feel bad for me.
Ever since CSGO Lounge came out, gamble skins and stuff, eventually I found out you could gamble with money.
He mentioned CSGO and then says he doesn't blame it, but like kind of alludes to it, which there's a gambling on it. I really don't know, but you can't blame shit on a video game, man. You gotta take some semblance of responsibility for yourself. It's bullshit. It's bullshit, dude.
I used to gamble a lot of my money. Basically all my Twitch money. And then even them times I wouldn't even have them. I would come across streamers and ask them if I could borrow money.
At this part, he did admit to gambling all of his money that he made on Twitch and then going to other streamers and asking for money to gamble.
I wouldn't give them the reason, obviously, because it was gambling. I would lie to them.
No one would empathize with you if you're a gambler, so instead you lie and then you commit a crime and steal from people and stab people in the back. Okay, that makes sense.
My initial thoughts was, I will be paying them back. I never intended in scamming anyone. And I will still pay off the people I owe.
I'll delete this video if you pay Luke AFK back and everyone else who you stole money from, who you actually stole real amounts of money from. And it precedes 14 more minutes of self-pity.
But I've paid a few people back.
Good job, man. Good job. You still owe $278,000, probably more, man. I don't know if this is real either, but Asmongold donated £1. I don't think that's real, but that's pretty funny if it is. But yeah, the man just levies his influence and stole a bunch of money from people, and now he's doing the exact same thing to try to steal sympathy, in my opinion. That's what it seems like to me. I'm sorry if you feel bad for him. Whatever, if you know a gambling addict, if someone, your family's been torn apart by it, through alcohol, gambling, whatever. I think streamers that stream gambling are kind of evil. I don't dislike them necessarily, but I do think streaming gambling to your fans is evil because I think it's bad. So it is haram for sure. Scamming your friends to pay for your gambling is probably doubly haram, I think. It's just more self-deprecating, man. It's so many minutes of just talking about shit. He said he was scared. He talks about Trainwrecks giving him 100K, which is insane.
I told Trainwrecks about this. And he shouted at me. He got angry at me. Don't want to leak the DMs. He got really pissed off at me.
He says that it's all in the past, even though like 2.5 weeks ago, he stole money from a dude named Mindo. Here's the Discord DMs and him literally like, this is so ironic. It's such an ironic twist because he actually did steal it. Self-deprecating really is not going to solve any problems in all honesty. Go f yourself. Anyways, don't trust influencers. They don't always use their influence for good. If they ever do, ever. And then he did also end the stream by saying, anyone who's reacting to this, please do not stick up for me. No problem, man. We won't. Don't worry. That was his own wishes. So if you feel bad for him, don't feel bad for him. All right. He's not a victim. He's an idiot.